What it is, your man and I back in the building for another episode of the 90s with N.I. Today we're talking about probably another one of my favorite subjects, shoes from the 90s. But we're not talking about Jordans. Everybody, Jordans are nostalgic. I love Jordans. I grew up wanting Jordans. I never had a lot of Jordans, but I sure grew up, going through Foot Locker, loving to have one, wanting to have one someday, dreaming of the possibility of maybe I get a pair of fives. But I'm gonna give you the top shoes that was not Jordans from back in the day, back in the 90s. Now the first one I'm gonna talk about, I got a pair right here, the Reebok pumps. Now these is crazy because they had different dimensions to them. Now they had the Reebok pumps, they had the black tops, which was crazy. I love the black tops. They even had like a whole campaign.
Yo, Sinbad here with the black top shoe. The Reebok black top shoe. I mean, you can't beat this. This is made for the outdoor game.
My first rap song that I ever wrote was called The Black Top, because I had a pair of black tops. And then they even evolved into the Shaqs. If you had, when the Shaqs first came out, there was a Reebok pump as well. But the pumps, Reebok pumps was crazy. We'd be at school playing basketball. If I miss a couple of jump shots, pump it. You guys gotta pump that thing up. And if you put a little bit too much, just the release right here. You release it. The Reebok pump, man, one of the best ones of the 90s. Next on my list, them Patrick Ewings, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I seen them re-release the Patrick Ewings recently, and they just look big, chunky, and dumb. They don't really, to me, they don't look like the same ones from when I was a kid. But you definitely had to have a pair of those Patrick Ewings with the 33 and the big Ewing on the back of it. I remember Ice Cube said something about it in his rhyme. He said, I gotta get up and put on my white Ewing.
I bust a nut, get up and put on my white Ewing.
I had to get a pair of white Ewings after that. So big shout out to Patrick Ewing, classic footwear from the 90s. Next one's another classic. We're talking about the Grant Hill Feelers, man. Now Feelers was crazy anyway. If you have the regular Feelers, like Air Force One, some people had Air Force Ones growing up, and some people had those classic Feelers. I used to just love them, classic white Feelers with the little blue and red stripe on the side. Oh man, crazy. But when they came out with the Grant Hills, crazy, it took over. I remember seeing Method Man in the video, and he jumped up and he had, they showed his little, the Grant Hills a couple of times, and so Meth had the Grant Hills on. So I had to get the Grant Hills. Grant Hills was definitely top 5 shoes of the 90s. All right, that's what it is. That's the top shoes of the 90s. What was the best shoes that you used to wear in the 90s? Don't get talking about you had the 7s and 6s and the 5s. We're not talking about Jordans. What was the ones that with not no Jordans? What was the classic footwear they used to have back in the 90s? It's your man N.I. from the 90s with N.I. Make sure you like, subscribe. I got a cab to catch. I'm going to 1996. You know what I'm talking about?